Hello and welcome to my channel. Today's video is about shoes, but no, it's not about these designer shoes because these are some of the most uncomfortable designer shoes that I own, and I have so many stories about just how painful these shoes really are. And I'm sure if you're watching this channel, you probably have a couple of pairs of your own and you have stories of your own as well. But today I want to talk about something else. Today, I want to talk about 5 of the most comfortable designer shoes in my collection. Right now, I have 46 pairs of designer shoes in my collection, and over the course of the last couple of decades, I have had many, many more. So today, I want to share 5 of the most comfortable designer shoes that I actually own right now. If they are available online, I'm going to link them in the description down below. And today, I have everything for you from boots to heels to flats. So if you're interested in seeing 5 of the most comfortable designer shoes in my collection, let's go. So I'm going to start with the most comfortable pair of dressy heels that I have, and these are definitely these Manolo Blahnik Hangisi pumps. Now, I know that these have become really common and we see them all the time on the internet and on social media. However, I still stand by these shoes. I think that they're fairly classy and classic looking, and I like just how dressy they are. Now, granted, this black pair that I have actually has only a 70 millimeter high heel. So these are not the highest heel height that you can actually get for Manolos like this. But the reason I bought them in this heel height is because I wanted to make sure that I can actually handle these dressy shoes when I go out. And what I really like about this pair is that even though the heel height is not too high, the shoes still really look quite dressy. So I have this pair in black satin, and I also have a pair which is actually even lower in heel, and this is this green pair right here. So I bought these shoes on Farfetch for $995 US. You can still find quite a few different options online, and at least on Farfetch, they retail anywhere from around $785 to about $1,786. I'm going to link a couple of options in the description box down below. So again, the reason that I like these heels is because you can get them in a reasonable heel height and they will still look quite dressy. The sole of these shoes is really quite thick for what they are. So when you step on them, it really does not feel like you're stepping directly on the pavement or directly on the floor. So they provide just enough cushioning for these type of dressy shoes. And then the last reason why I like them so much is because the toe area is actually wide enough. I feel that I have a really wide feet, and so if the shoes are narrow, it's just really incredibly painful for me. And I feel that these shoes, for the dressy shoes that they are, provide just enough space for my toes. And by the way, both pairs that I have are in size 39 and a half. And when it comes to shoes with heels, I normally buy size 39 and a half. And when it comes to flat shoes, I normally buy size 39. So when it comes to the most comfortable dressy shoes, I would definitely always go for a pair of Hangisi pumps from Manolo Blahnik. By the way, my name is Lisa and I'm your guide to savvy luxury shopping no matter where in the world you are. Subscribe to my channel to learn more about strategic luxury shopping with the emphasis on quality and timelessness of your items. So pair number 2 are my most comfortable everyday shoes, and these are the Mary Jane pumps from Miu Miu. These are actually one of my most recent purchases, and I'm going to link the unboxing video for you right here. So I purchased these shoes in Turkey in Beymen store, and I paid about $1,060 for them. I actually found them online at Neiman Marcus, and they are retailing for $1,200 US. So I bought these shoes in size 39. They have a very small kind of chunky heel, and they look just kind of like a regular pair of Mary Jane pumps, except they're made by Miu Miu. So they also kind of remind me of Chanel shoes of the same style and some other shoes from other brands as well. But the reason I think these shoes are actually so incredibly comfortable is, first of all, once again, the toe box is actually wide enough for my feet. And the leather itself is just so incredibly soft that these shoes have adjusted to my feet very easily. The second point is that they are also very cushiony on the inside. So when I walk in these shoes, I really do not feel like I'm walking on pavement or on the floor or anything like this. It kind of almost feels like I'm walking on a cloud, if it actually makes sense. And the next thing that I really like is this front strap right here. So it kind of makes sure that my heel is sitting very securely in these shoes, so my heel doesn't slip when I walk. And I also really appreciate this when it comes to sling back pumps and Mary Jane pumps like this. So these are a new purchase and definitely some of the most comfortable shoes that I currently own. So the third pair I want to talk about are my most comfortable flats, and these are Maison Margiela TABIs. Now, I know that somehow the internet really seems to hate these shoes. Now, I personally love them. I love them because of their design, because of their individuality. I think they're so unique, and I really enjoy styling them. This is actually my second pair. The first pair that I had, I basically wore to death. My first pair I had to resole twice, and then eventually, after about 10 years of wear, they developed kind of holes right in the back of the heel area right there. So they were basically beyond repair and I could not wear them anymore. So I got rid of them and I finally bought a replacement. So I bought this particular pair on Farfetch for $665. And the good thing about TABIs is that they often go on sale. It is a bit difficult to get the size that you need, but they do come in so many different leather and color variations every season. So I think it is really possible to get a pair of TABI shoes that are designed specifically for you. Anyway, I really, really love this. And also one of the reasons that I love them so much is because I think they are so incredibly comfortable. Well, first of all, the leather on these is actually so incredibly soft. So it's almost like wearing slippers, or maybe it's like wearing a pair of gloves, but for your feet. And because the leather is so soft, it doesn't rub against my foot anywhere. I never get any scratches or any blisters when I wear these shoes, even if I'm wearing them without socks or anything like this. The second point, once again, for my foot, they are really wide enough in the toe area. And I think they're wide enough because there is this divider for the big toe and the rest of the toes. So it makes them even wider, which I really appreciate. But I think they just follow the form of the foot so perfectly. And by the way, I wear size 39, and to me, they really fit like a glove. And the last reason that I like them so much is the same as I've been saying before, is that they have a bit of a cushion. The insole that you've got in this shoe is actually thick enough. So for such dainty shoes, when you walk on the pavement, you don't feel the stones, you don't feel any inconsistencies in the pavement. These are actually really, really comfortable for walking. So for all of those reasons, I really consider these to be my most comfortable flats. And by the way, I feel like the internet actually didn't really know about these shoes up until the quiet luxury trend rolled around and people started talking about Maison Margiela a little bit more, and then they kind of started largely hating on the TABI shoes in the process. Maison Margiela makes a lot of other designs that also feature this TABI element, basically the separated big toe, and I'm actually a fan of all of those designs as well. Unfortunately, I don't have any of them. The only TABIs I have are basically these flats, and as I mentioned before, I really love them because they're so incredibly comfortable. So the fourth pair I want to talk about today are my most comfortable flat boots. And I want to talk about this René Caovilla CLEO boots. Now, just looking at them, you will probably say, well, of course they're comfortable because they're flat. Okay, fair enough. But let me tell you, I actually really like buying boots like this for the fall and the winter, and I have a pair from Prada, Fendi, Christian Louboutin, and I have this pair. And by far, this pair is so much more comfortable than all of the other similar boots that I own. And I think it's really due to the fact that it's got this really wide, round toe, which provides enough space for my foot. And then on the inside, these CLEO boots are actually also really soft and cushiony. So once again, it actually really feels like walking on clouds. So I got mine on Farfetch, and I think I paid $1,551. And these boots actually do go on sale, but once again, it becomes very difficult to find the size that you actually need. I found the exact same pair on Farfetch right now, retailing for $1,911, and I will link them in the description down below. But to me, these boots are just so chic, so great looking for fall and winter, and on top of everything else, they're so incredibly comfortable to walk in. By the way, the one negative aspect I would mention here is that the leather, at least in this color, seems to crease quite a bit on the front, and I cannot help but notice it. I think this would be different if you actually get yourself a pair in black leather, and I will also link a black leather pair down below. And actually, because they're so comfortable, I'm really considering buying a black leather pair for myself as well in the future. Anyway, my most comfortable flat leather boots are actually the CLEO boots from René Caovilla. So the fifth pair I have for you today are these Jane boots from Saint Laurent. So I found the same pair on Farfetch, and right now they are retailing for 1,578 US dollars. So that is a little bit of money for a pair of boots, but I think they're totally worth it. So mine are in size 39 and a half, which is once again my regular size for a tall heel like this. And I think these boots are very comfortable considering the height of the heel. So the heel height in these boots is 90 millimeters. And let me tell you, I was able to actually wear these boots out in winter, and I was able to stand in them for hours at a time, which to me is really impressive considering the heel height. So once again, why do I think they're so comfortable? Well, first of all, the toe is once again wide enough to accommodate my foot, and obviously it means that it becomes easier to actually stand and walk in these boots for a very long time. Secondly, if you look at the shape of the heel itself, the heel is actually quite sturdy, quite wide, so it also makes it easier to walk in these boots. And the third element, if you look closely, you can actually see that the shaft of the boot is shorter in the back and taller in the front, which means that if you sit down in these boots, kind of the extra leather in the back, doesn't get in the way. You get a bit of the height in the front, but nothing gets in the way in the back when your knee, actually folds. I guess that's the word. So I really like this kind of small element here. It doesn't seem to be significant, but to me, it actually makes them much more comfortable. This fact that they're a bit shorter in the back and a bit taller in the front. So for all of these reasons, I think for boots of this height and this heel height, these Jane boots from Saint Laurent are incredibly comfortable and incredibly wearable. By the way, on Farfetch, I also found these boots in suede, and suede is actually trending right now, so they look amazing for the fall winter season coming up. Okay, before I go, I have a couple of bonus points for you as well. So I wanted to mention this pair of D&G pumps that I have had probably since 2007 or 2008. So they are definitely the most comfortable heels that I have. I just didn't really want to include them in this video because, well, you're not going to be able to find these shoes anymore because they're like, what, 16 years old now? I mean, the quality and the leather on these is just amazing. And I think the reason these shoes lasted for such a long time is because of how thick the sole actually is. I actually filmed a separate video where I talk a lot about these shoes. I'm going to link it up here for you. In that video, I talk about some of the oldest designer luxury items that I have in my collection. And these shoes might be actually my first designer luxury purchase ever. Anyway, if I need a pair of shoes that provide me with some height and I know I'm going to be standing or walking for a very long time, these are the shoes that I wear, and they've been serving me so well for such a long time. And another bonus pair of shoes I wanted to show you are these loafers from Brunello Cucinelli. I generally speaking think that Brunello Cucinelli shoes are very much underrated. It's like I really don't hear people talk about them very often, but to me, these loafers have been really quite amazing very comfortable, very durable, and I was able to get them on sale as well. The only reason I really did not include them in the main part of this video is because the suede on them is a little bit rough. So I did notice that I actually need to wear socks with these loafers because otherwise they do give me blisters in the back. But that's just kind of one thing to consider. Otherwise, in the future, I am planning to look closely at more Brunello Cucinelli shoes because I found this to be very comfortable and of high quality. All right, that's it from me today. Let me know in the comments down below which shoes from your collection you consider to be the most comfortable. We could all really benefit from that knowledge. And before you go, please check out this video next. In this video, I am unboxing some of the items that I purchased from Miu Miu when I was in Turkey during my summer vacation. But for now, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. Take care and bye-bye.